What is up, you sexy beast? Hope you're doing fantastically well, wherever you are. I know you're thinking, like, who is this guy? This is not Wykie, you know? The old beard came off just out of nowhere. I was just cleaning up my head and my beard, and I was like, you know what? I'll just shave it all off, see what happens. And don't know about it. I think I'll grow it back. It is smooth like a baby's bottom though, but I haven't seen the detail on my face for a long time. Hey, before anything else, welcome to all the new subscribers. Before the Torian Pro, I think we were sitting around like 6,800, and we've now crossed the 7,300 mark. So that's like over 400 or 500 new tribe members. So I am just so pumped for the growth of the channel over the last couple of weeks. So welcome, thank you for joining us, and I hope you enjoy the content. A bunch of you have been asking where and when can we buy some Sexy Beast merch, and the answer is I promised myself that I won't put any merch out until I had 10,000 subs. That was kind of my reward for working hard and getting to the 10,000k mark. So help me out. If you want some merch, get some people to subscribe, get some people to check out the channel, and we won't be far away. I'm hoping in the next kind of 2 or 3 months we'll get to that 10k mark. And I am working on it in the back end. I'm working on the website. I've got some designs sorted, so it is almost ready to go. But I'm going to stick to my guns and not release anything until 10k. Hey, yeah, you might have noticed a bit of empty space in the corner here. I got rid of the couch. My lovely wife is actually finishing up her job and coming to work with me from next week onwards. So that's going to be very exciting, having her here in the office with me, organizing my life, because believe it or not, I'm extremely unorganized. I have not got a calendar. All my jobs, everything I have to do, it's all up in here. So should be able to set up a nice calendar for us, manage my inbox, and man the camera. One of the most challenging things about running a YouTube channel is setting up your camera, getting the shots yourself. So having her handy to actually look after the camera and do some filming for me, especially in the backyard in the gym, it's going to be super, super helpful. So I can't wait for that. I want to start today's video by talking about the last chance qualifier. I feel like there's been a bit of confusion around who competes in the last chance qualifier. I think a lot of people thought there's only the one place after the qualifying spots that gets invited, but it's actually 3 spots down that get the invite to the last chance qualifier, which is good news for some athletes. So in Australia, on the men's side, James Newbury, Luke Fiso, and Khan Porter on the men's side will get the invite to do the last chance qualifier. On the ladies' side, we've got Alethea Byrne, Maddie Sturt, and Justine Beath. But by saying that, I saw Bailey Rogers post this on her story earlier last week, which I think must mean that maybe Alethea might be going Masters perhaps, and therefore the next invite goes to Bailey. For the Mid-Atlantic CrossFit Challenge, there were 5 qualifying spots, therefore 6th, 7th, and 8th place will also get invited to the last chance qualifier. So that is Tyler Egerman, sorry if I butchered these names, Angelo DeKiko, oh wow, Tyler, Angelo, and Hunter on the men's side will also get that invite. On the ladies' side, because they had Tia compete there and she's not from that region, they actually get an additional spot for the last chance qualifier, so all the way down to 9th place. So we've got Christine, Ferruzzi. Wow. Ferruzzi. I'm so sorry. Ferruzzi Sagafi. I'm just going to take a punt. Hopefully that's correct. Nicole and also Danielle, all the way down to 9th place, will get that invite to the last chance qualifier. For the Granite Games from this last weekend, again, there were 5 qualifying spots. Therefore, 6th, 7th, and 8th place will get invited to the last chance. So we have Nick Matthew, Taylor South, and Austin Spencer on the men's side. And then on the ladies' side, we have Nicole, Christy Eramo, and Stephanie Chung will also get invited to that last chance qualifier. Some other big news last week was the prize purse that got announced for the 2021 Noble CrossFit Games. I'm sure you guys saw that. I'm not going to dive into it too deep. I think on the whole, it's very positive that we've at least maintained and slightly improved the prize purse from previous years. There's some new divisions that are getting paid out. So I think it's all very positive on that side. I don't think it explains or excuses the poor paychecks that the semi-finalists got. I was hoping that there was some kind of good reason for it, that maybe the games paycheck will be significant in a sense that, okay, they've obviously saved some money in the early stages, the semi-final, to make up for this incredible prize purse and the games prize purse. And maybe they did, but I still don't think that it excuses or explains that poor price purse we saw at the semis. Then, this past weekend at the Granite Games, we had Saxon Panchik qualify. The previous weekend, we had Scott Panchik qualify. And then we've got Spencer Panchik competing at the Mid-Atlantic CrossFit Challenge, I think in a couple of weeks' time. So, we could have all three of the Panchik brothers qualify for the games perhaps. The Granite Games this past weekend, what an exceptionally well-run comp. I think it's been running for 10 years, maybe even more, so you wouldn't expect anything less, but well done to the team at the Granite Games. And let's be honest, we were all wondering, can the teenagers, Emily, Cary, and Mallory O'Brien, can they do well at an in-person competition with the big guns, or are they just kind of online competition freaks? But they proved to us that they are here to stay. They're incredible. They were going up against some pretty big names, not the deepest field in the world, but still some great games athletes in that field. And I think the teenagers, their bodies are still developing. Their mental capacity is only going to get stronger and better. So I was very impressed with those two ladies. They were unreal. And then last week at the Mid-Atlantic, on the men's side, we had Jayson Hopper. Again, just a name that maybe not a lot of us have heard of. I certainly haven't heard of Jayson prior to last weekend. Comes out and takes the win. And I think there's an obvious turn of the tides. There's a sense of there's a new influx of these great athletes coming in. Some of the legends, they might be having their last year or two. They're kind of on their way out, and we can just really sense this new surge of young, exceptional athletes coming in. So I'm super excited to see what these people will achieve and who are going to be who are going to become the legends, that we now know. Who are we going to talk about still in 5 or 10 years time? So, because the reality is, these girls are 17. They still have 10, if not more years ahead of them. So, yeah, I don't think we know what we're in for. It's going to be exciting. Will I go to the games this year? Sadly, probably not. Here in Australia, I can fly that way, fine. I can fly to the States and get in there, fine. It's coming back. I've got a quarantine for 2 weeks in the hotel. You can't leave your hotel room, and it costs an absurd amount of money. So even if whoever I work for pays my quarantine, it's not so much about the money as it is about the 2 weeks of just in a hotel room, away from family. So as much as I'd love to make it happen, I just don't think this year it's going to be a smart idea. I'm going to have to sit tight, which is frustrating because I feel like I've just got reinvigorated with the Torian Pro and the content. But I'm being creative. I'm doing some collabs with some great creators over in the States. If you don't follow me on Instagram, by the way, please do that. I post some photos and some videos that you won't see on here on the Instagram account, so go check that out. There's a couple of photos I've posted over the last 24 hours that I just love. Little collabs with some people over there. And then yesterday, I overhead squatted 120 kgs out of nowhere. The program called for a heavy single for the day, and I haven't tried a heavy 100 max overhead squat for a long time. And I called it quits at 120. I feel like there's a bit more in the tank, maybe 125, maybe 130. But I called it there, super happy with it. That's enough bragging for one day, mate. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. Just wanted to check in, say hi, give my input on a few news pieces. Chandler Smith, what a specimen. An absolute specimen. I must say, I was actually very impressed with the improvement in Chandler's movement. We've always known that he's exceptionally strong, exceptionally fit, but he's never been the greatest mover. I reckon this weekend there was notable improvement in his technique, especially on the snatch. He was moving a lot better. So I'm excited to see him just go from strength to strength as he continues to improve his technique and movement. Guys, stay sexy, keep roaring love, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.